This week's Nerd Fight is brought to you by the CCC Karoga Call Centers. The Karoga Call Centers is proud to be the official call center provider of all 50 states' Department of Human Services. After all, who wouldn't want to listen to this?
All agents are currently assisting other customers. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in the order it was received.
For 4 full hours before listening to someone tell you that you're gonna have to wait on hold for another 4 full hours. Yeah. Then, when you finally get a hold of the right person and you ask your question, the call will accidentally disconnect. Whoops. Well, better luck next time. Sure am sorry about that, whoever you are. And also by these guys, because I guess for some reason they want to support Salty. Those sons of bitches.
Are you calling about your Family's First or SNAP case? You may not need to hold. Case information is now available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online through the customer portal. You can get information like your case number, when you are due to recertify, when your appointment is scheduled, or if a simplified reporting form is due. You can now access this information online through the customer portal at https://1dhs.tn.gov.
And yeah, so you had to hear that for approximately 3 minutes. I had to listen to that tune for 6 hours today.
What?
And I still have not gotten the problem resolved.
Wow.
Well, at least while I got to listen to that terrible hold music you had to listen to for so long, I got the tweet out for you guys.
Yes, I see it. I'm retweeting it now. Thank you, sir.
Smash retweet. I added a Twitter button to my Stream Deck, so now I can get there even faster.
But yes, that is. Oh man, I talked to one guy. I was like, man, I worked in a call center for so long. What is wrong with you people? How can you put someone on hold for hours at a time?
Dude, when
that
The here in Vegas, shortly after they opened up, I forget what they called it, but it was basically it was the first time they ever offered unemployment to self-employed people. I forget what it was called. So they were just flooded with
It
their
was FL employment, freeloader.
haha. No, it was, but they were just completely overwhelmed with not only the regular unemployed people calling, but now all the
Right.
these other people. And you'd think the unemployment agency would employ more people to take phone calls during a spike.
Oh,
like
no. So,
what?
Yeah. And yeah, I am so just done. And that's after like last yes, hello. So on the 3rd of July, I spent 8 hours on the phone.
Oh, this is continuation of that nonsense.
Yes. And
How delightful.
The Friday after that, I spent another 8 hours on the phone, and then 6 hours on the phone today. And this doesn't count the phone calls I made in June, or the phone calls I've made in May, or or the phone calls I made in April. This started, by the way, in March 28th. This is the stack of letters that I have from them in our written correspondence that date back to March 28th. With all sorts of interesting conflicting information and stuff. And then like they were saying, well, in order to get this taken care of, you need to set up an appeal. And we can do that, we can have a hearing for your appeal, and we can do that on the phone, or you can go, oh no, we're doing it in person. I'm not only am I gonna have those papers, but I'm going, I'm not using my cane. I'm going in the wheelchair.
I'm bringing the battle wagon.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm sorry.
If you the upside is sitting on hold, you keep that on speaker and just keep the volume up on the Diablo game.
That's
and
what
man, those sound effects that freak whoever it is out when they come back on the line.
I kept the Diablo low enough so that if they answered, I would know, because if it was too loud and I didn't hear them, they just hear all this carnage going on. And
but the carnage would be, serve them right.
So now you're going to block the microphone, are you? Okay, thanks. Yes, I'm talking to you over here. So that was my day. How are you guys doing?
I ran around in circles, virtually speaking, but that was okay. In the end, I found my way out, and everything was okay.
If anybody's in the Vegas area needs furniture, Danny's selling cheap.
Yeah, I'm moving. Have to be out Friday. Originally, I thought I had till Monday morning, because I was going to do like a moving sale this weekend, like put up signs and stuff like that. And it's not like I got a lot of stuff left. It's just furniture. It's just like big stuff. So like I've got a king size Thomasville furniture bedroom set that I can't take with me. I've got all my office furniture, which is actually really nice. I was hoping to take it with me, but
she already has it. But you got to
and it's it's like 1,000 pounds, so I can't. She doesn't want to move it and stuff. So it's just, and I'm getting down to the wire, so it's just really stressful. And I've been moving. So early tomorrow morning, my buddy Michael will be over here with a truck to move. To get all he's been storing his stuff in my garage for like a year. His wife died, and then he lost his house, and he was kind of in a bad situation. He had just using like a car wreck and stuff. So, so he's getting a truck and movers, and we're going to load up the truck with all of his stuff first, and then at the end of the truck, the stuff I'm actually taking, which isn't a lot. It's basically the guest room, bedroom furniture set up, because that's what can fit. Look at that. You got a super chat.
And Eric with a $5 super chat says, good news. I got offered an orchestra job and accepted. Thank you for your prayers. That is awesome news, Eric. I'm glad to hear it. And so I expect some sweet music from you in the near future, and lots more super chats.
Yeah.
Because we all know the people that work for orchestras make big bucks. Well, if they work for like one of 3 orchestras.
Yeah, Royal Philharmonic. And,
Yeah, the Boston Pops, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thanks, Anthony, for the move part's not been so bad. I mean, I've been making trips since Saturday in the car, and I've had two different friends come over out of the however many days that's been. I mean, I've been doing most of this by myself, which sucks, because
moving by yourself is
not just that, but my hip is killing me, and I'm completely out of pain pills now. It's just because I was overdoing it, trying to get moved in, and it's just stressful, man. It's like, I don't know. I really thought I would have sold this stuff by now because I was asking for hardly, like, I've dropped the price down to like, I spent more on the bookshelf than I'm asking for the entire office set. And I still can't seem to sell it. So I just don't.
Which is kind of weird with all the growth in the Vegas area.
Yeah.
You'd think that.
Well, I don't know, man. Like all these apps want you to, they say you can post them for free. So like on OfferUp, they're like, boost this to sell it 2 times faster. And they want to charge you like $3 a day. And, and I'm broke. Like I had some kind of
that's like Facebook Marketplace is the same deal.
Yeah.
You can post on Facebook Marketplace for free, except if you want it to stay at the top of the pile, they want whatever, $5 or something.
Yeah. So I've got it on Facebook Marketplace. I've got it on OfferUp. I've got it on the Nextdoor app.
Where'd you come from?
I have it on. Yeah. Where did he come from?
Hey, I forced myself in. It's an old Kurogan trick.
Kurogans have hacked the system.
Excuse me, I've let myself in.
Sorry to bust up your little nerd.
No. How are you doing, Bird? I know that.
In all honesty, the last 5 to 6 hours, I've been noticeably better than I was the previous. Man. So I don't know if the antibiotic is finally working or what, but it was a really rough 24 to 48 hours.
I was genuinely scared for you.
I was too. Yeah,
I thought I was going to have to look at the heavens and yell. That is what I'm going to do, by the way. And tell them, an idiot's coming.
Well, I mean, they're prepared for you, right?
Whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry. You didn't come to trade barbs with me. What's up?
No, Danny, I feel your pain. You want to sell your stuff, but you're in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So take it down to the world famous gold and silver pawn shop from Pawn Star.
They don't take. I don't think they take furniture 1 and 2. I don't have a truck, and I'm not gonna, So, but that's funny.
Maybe you get Chum Lee or whatever. You get up there. They take nerd stuff.
Oh, that would be a
well, right
sight.
Now, I don't even care. Like, I posted all that early on because I thought like it would probably sell like faster for what I was asking for it, and when it turned out it did, and I just decided, well, screw it, I'll keep all. I can. That stuff ain't the problem. It's the big stuff that's the problem. I can't move.
Right.
I just So now
now you bring it all down. You say I want $5,000. Rick will look at it, offer you $25, and you'll say, "I take it."
Yeah. No, I've.
And then you'll be on the Biggest Suckers episode.
Everybody wins.
Aravic.
Congrats,
Aravic with another 5.
Super chat.
There's also, please thank your prayer group. I'll be an orchestra teacher, not an underpaid symphony player. Oh, that's even better. One thing we do know. First of all, orchestra teachers don't go on strike because they're not jerks like the rest. And second of all, that means that like when Sigourney Weaver will be learning from you.
Kuroga needs a good symphony teacher.
Well, we the Kuroga
Orchestra
Philharmonic was a sponsor a few weeks back. You remember?
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I saw the Kurogan
Or the choir.
call center was today.
Yeah, today's the Kuroga call center. But yeah.
Bradley was funny. He's like, it's free to post stuff. Showing it to people ain't.
Did you see your Air and Space program last week, Bird?
I did not.
Oh man, that was a good one. You should go back and look at one of the live streams to catch that. That was a good one.
I'll go check it out.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Well, have fun with your. What day is it today?
This is Battlestar Galactica Day.
This
Colonial
is Space
Day.
Planes Day.
Yeah, so
Colonial
Day.
Space Planes.
Okay. Enjoy. Thank everybody for the well wishes.
Absolutely.
By the
Bird.
way.
Yes.
And
I'm glad
yeah,
to hear
so-
you're feeling better.
Yeah, and like I said, our small group's got you on our prayer list as well because we know you've been going through hell. So
Thank you.
but so just keep us posted, and you got a lot of people who love you out there.
I do.
So,
I do. Unfortunately, I wasn't up for streaming today, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll let people know when I'm back.
absolutely, and you're always welcome to drop by here anytime,
Thank you.
especially if you want to say something mean to Danny.
I don't hate Danny.
I didn't say you hate him.
I don't want to say mean things to a nice guy like Danny.
Thank
I
you.
want to say mean things to an a-hole like you.
Oh, I see.
See, Bird knows how to sign off when he's checking out, doesn't he?
Okay. That's it. Take care.
Good stuff. See you, man.
Right.
Yeah, I take care of Bird. So I've been having I'm very guilty of oversharing quite a bit. I've had 3, including the one earlier today. I've had 3 panic attacks since starting this move. And that's 3 more than I've had in like the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months. You know what I mean? So it's like this has been incredibly stressful. And I'm usually kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of dude, and usually when I have a panic attack, it's over something stupid. Like I'll wake up from some kind of a nightmare and try to get myself out of it. But this has just been full-blown. I'm just stressed the F out.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. You get things at least into your new place on Friday. On Saturday, you will just enjoy having your mind blown apart by some of the most awesome BSG there is.
Well, I'll have that if we
if you have a working computer and internet.
So I'll pretty much be I'll definitely be set up before Saturday, but if what we were talking about beforehand, if my landlord lets me do the move, if I don't sell this stuff and he lets me do the moving sale, I won't be here for Saturday. So
okay.
Well, if we have to
I'll let
postpone,
you know.
we have to postpone.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, those
I'll let
life
you know.
priorities kick in, eh?
Yeah, but I feel like if he was gonna, he would have just replied with a yes instead of a let's talk. So we'll see.
Maybe he's got
Conversations
somebody
are
that's
fun.
interested in the place already. That might be why he's trying to rush you out.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Especially
we could reach out to the outside and hope that maybe whoever might come in might want the stuff.
Yeah.
That would
If it's nice furniture, yeah, maybe you can make a deal with the landlord.
There's no deals to be made with the landlord.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only deal.
Well, I don't know what your relationship with the landlord is like.
It's not. Well, first of all, it's an investment group. So when I say landlord, it's just my contact person with this investment group.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks when you don't have a person, you have a contact. It's not like you can wheel and deal, really.
Yeah. So, and if I were to say anything like to what you just said about the furniture, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'll keep it in addition to your deposit because I have to replace this door or 2 doors, and I have to I've got to replace all the carpet, and I've got to paint all the walls, and I got to fill in the little holes and all these little." They always come up with some kind of excuse. I've never ever gotten a deposit back.
That's because I'm sure you've been peeing in the corner and
No, nothing like that. The only asshole thing I've been doing since I found out I had to move was smoke in the house, and I only do that when I am absolutely jonesing on screen, and which I've learned I can't do on screen. So if you see my little icon, you'll know, and I'm still talking, you'll know I'm smoking. That won't get you demonetized.
So we've got
I'm not monetized right now, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, good.
This live stream is currently not. I mean, people can super chat, but I don't have ads turned on for this.
Oh, okay.
Did Brian find out that even just having a cigarette was like 1970s TV rules or something?
No, the funny thing about it is that what can happen is that because you won't get shut down for it, but what'll happen is it'll put a flag on the video that says not appropriate for all advertisers.
Oh.
If it does that, you get almost zero ad revenue, and if you're a big thing, that can make a difference. For me, especially on a BSG night, that would make a difference of about a quarter of a penny. And B, it would also make it so that nobody would get a notification that the live stream was on. Because demonetize is also kind of soft censorship. Yeah, you're out there, but
Ariel,
search for it.
Obvious solution is obvious, but also not really workable on YouTube.
Unfortunately, it is, I think, a direct violation in terms of service to be sponsored by.
I really am. I've been using Rumble a lot more. When I say using, not me like broadcasting,
you've been
but
consuming
watching
on it.
Because a lot of people in our circle are using Rumble, but they're not actually using it what I would say correctly. They're just simulcasting, to Rumble and Kick and these other things. Whereas Russell Brand, who I just recently started watching, because it's critical.
Yeah, I know exactly which. I actually jumped over to Rumble for the first time in 4 months because of that.
Exactly.
So it's a good way to hook.
I think that's the right way to do it. You do a tease on YouTube where you got to follow their rules for 15 minutes. And then he puts the link in the description and has everybody while he's still he was simulcasting on Rumble.
And then they shut off the YouTube.
But they shut off the YouTube. And you have to finish it on Rumble, and it worked on me. That worked on me, and it got me back on the. And now I get, so I put it on my phone because I didn't have it on my phone before. So now I get notifications, whenever salty nerds, but they're just they don't have any unique content yet. So I'm actually thinking about maybe
do they
because I'm trying to start this to gain altitude with my YouTube, putting work into it so I can get to 1,000 to get monetized. But I'm almost thinking maybe I should just put this work into Rumble, guest on people's shows and then and just pimp my Rumble channel, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And also don't forget you can multicast.
Yeah.
It's you're not just stuck doing a twin stream, this one goes out to 2 YouTube channels. You can actually have this set up to go to multiple YouTube channels, Facebook, and a couple other things.
Rumble.
So
what they did at back before I was.
I don't know. Does StreamYard do Rumble?
Ghosted.
I don't even know.
I don't know if
yes, it does. No, it does.
Do they do it natively? I mean, they all support there's a streaming protocol that exists for all of this stuff, and all of the different tools
but that doesn't mean you can
manually
just select it off the
added.
menu.
Yeah, that
I don't know. I just know that back when I was with Pop Culture Minefield, they had it was 3 gray lines or whatever in a circle, and that was the one that goes to Rumble, and then they also set it up to where it could go somehow stream on their website live at the same time.
Currently, it looks like there's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and whatever Hop-In.
Don't know. I'm looking at the list too. And then there's custom RTMP, which is the custom stream protocol option, which is, I'm assuming once you set one up once, then.
Yeah, you could save it in your account.
Yeah, and then it becomes your Rumble configuration, and then from there you could just simulcast.
I mean, it's something we could talk, and this would probably be best for a conversation when we're not actually live streaming, but we could talk about doing like a Nerd Fights channel together over on Rumble or something and experimenting with that.
My big thing is they don't censor you on Rumble,
right.
At least not right now. I mean, that's their big sales pitch that you can talk. And I don't know if that's something that even really interests you, though, Michael, because,
my only
I don't have to worry about cussing. We can talk about politics. We can talk about religion. We can talk about hot button subjects that you can't talk about on YouTube. And hell, I hope I didn't. Well, you're not monetizing the channel anyway, so never mind. I was going to say, I hope just saying those things didn't get you demonetized.
Well, some words will trigger, there are some things you just don't talk about, right? Like the subject matter behind the what's the name of that Freedom movie? You don't talk about that crap. You don't talk about that kind of
on live streams because they're actively monitoring it with algos.
Right. And so if you talk about that kind of thing, bam,
the magic mustache man, all kinds of
stuff. Even the weird thing about that is that oh God, what's the name of that movie? Mom just left. She sent me a thing. Here's the funny thing. She texted my phone a picture, a screenshot of the QR code that I have to scan with my phone, but I can't because it's on my phone. So
you got to send it to your computer so you can scan it with your phone.
I guess that's what I'm going to have to do, because she was like, "Hey, you should see this movie.
How about you email it to me?"
Yeah, right. Email would have been great.
Your mom doesn't.
Can you find a set of mirrors and prisms and reflect it around to the front of the phone
so that you could have a picture on your screen while you're taking a picture?
So I've been wanting to go see it because she sent me that specifically so I could go see it for free because of the pay thing. And because I do want to see it, because I was talking to a friend of mine and we got in a deep conversation the other, like he and I both agree that
we need to be careful about.
I'm going to be very vague.
Yeah, be very coded.
Okay. Any adult who does the subject matter of that movie with a child and is caught, and like not even necessarily red-handed, but definitely if you're caught red-handed, should suffer the penalty of losing their member. Shall we?
Well, I agree. I'm not, but.
Because I tell you what, if that were the case, there'd probably be a lot less people doing that stuff. Right. They think because no man wants to lose his member.
Here's the funny thing, and I will tell you, this is horrible. I shouldn't say this while we're broadcasting, but I'm going to. And I'm going to get Alex Jonesy for a second.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me strap in.
Yeah. Let me tell you how it is, folks.
Hold on to the arms of your chair, Danny.
Don't you think it's kind of funny?
Well, Stanley, yes, it is. But again, we're trying to avoid. I'm trying
to talk, and he just cuts me off. I see.
Come on! We were about to get salty.
Go for it.
You get a great story from me, and
go for it.
Stop me,
Alex Jones. Where's Alex? Come on, get Alex back. Let's go.
Alex is gone now.
Oh no! You just come on.
Now listen up, folks, because you're only going to get truth right on here, right here, right now. This is the only place you're ever going to hear this. All the mainstream media folks, they ain't telling you this. All those propaganda people, all those people. You know what? You listen to all these people saying, "Oh yeah, the actors, the writers, yeah, we got to support those people because you know what? They work hard and they want just what's fair. They're worried about AI. It ain't the AI. No, it ain't the AI. Don't you think it's just an interesting coincidence that the actors decide to go on strike right when that movie comes out? So now Jim Caviezel can't promote his own movie.
Okay, that is, you're just doing a bit, right? You don't honestly think that.
Right? Well, okay. Here's a fun one. Because this is going to mess. This is going to break your head. So, James Woods was a producer on Oppenheimer, which comes out this week.
Mm-hmm.
And he put a tweet out, and it reads, "Because I will obey my union membership, I will not be able to promote
no
the
serious
movie.
actor is promoting anything right now.
Oh, no. At the end, he goes,
promoted it without promoting it.
However, ... and then attached inside the tweet was a media tweet about Oppenheimer.
Right.
He danced as close to the rail as he could get it.
Well, yeah, but,
so
but he can't. But he can't make press appearances. He can't do interviews.
No. But you're not even allowed to. You're not even allowed to like straight up promote it. Like it has to be ambiguous.
So, you can have a casual conversation, but that's
They have both, Stanley. I forget. It's called the Underground Railroad, I believe. To the anti. Words I can't say.
You're getting into terminology you need not get into.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yes, I'm just. But yes, to both. Stan.
Yeah.
They get
for those that are listening, he's talking about Harriet Tubman.
Damn, I can't even say that. I'm sorry.
You want to be careful because you know what? There are a lot of people that are trying to shut that thing down.
Why?
Yeah. This is okay.
Hold on. We are not going to discuss it. No.
No. Okay. You know what, Danny?
We need to get in a member sec. We need to go to Rumble just so we can.
This is exactly why we need to get a Rumble channel now.
We would need to be on something that is not broadcast because
we could go.
Well, we could do this on Rumble, man, and I bet you
know what?
Watch.
Well, maybe we could, but you know what? That would be something if we ever set up Rumble. We could have something we can have our
Brian
drag out conspiracy night.
Dude, Brian at the podcast is.
Everybody
in our circle is super passionate about why what's so scary, what's bad about this movie. Like, and the only answer is you're a what's a different word for
I have all kinds of euphemisms I could use, but I don't even know which ones are now being tracked, so I don't want to use them. If you look in the private chat, I got our live production notes. We could call it that.
There you go. I mean,
we could go over to Rumble and call it that. I got to spell better, but yeah.
Well, that could be the name of when we have a show about it. I would call the channel Nerd Fights, and then like the show if we were
the episode. Yes, Alex. I don't disagree
because I like the brand Nerd Fights. I think that's
Jason can't spell confirmed. Yes, I can't spell confirmed, and even a very nice expensive keyboard doesn't help me with that either.
And that's the thing. Now look, I am not advocating Rumble or any other, because here's the problem with Rumble that I see, and at least I have not been there in years, so I can't speak for how it is now. And yes, Alex, we'll get to BSG in just a minute.
Well, I want to take a fat dump all over Secret Invasion for at least 3 minutes before, if that's okay.
You're still watching that?
It was only 30 minutes. I was bored. I was like, well, let me see if they're going to,
It was that short?
Yeah. Well,
because
the credits. Okay, this one was last week's was 37. The credits are like 8-9 minutes, and this week's was 39. So
that's bad.
And then you got to take out the previously on and the intro. It clocked in at under 30 minutes.
I know Danny, doesn't understand this type of storytelling, but it's not
clearly I don't either because I stopped at an episode and a half. So
you should watch the whole thing. It's not that big a commitment, obviously.
Clearly the episodes just get shorter and shorter. It seems like
Well, I don't think since next week is the last episode, I don't think it's going to be super short.
They should have just made it a movie.
I think that it's a little too much for a movie. And so,
but they could have cut out some of the BS. There's a lot of repetitive stuff, a lot of slow stuff, a lot of.
But the point of this is the origin of the Super Skrull.
The last 2 episodes were both only basically 30 minutes.
That's what we just said.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just jumping. I was jumping to the Disney Plus to see how bad it was even before that. 44 minutes on the one I only got halfway through. Holy cow.
But anyway, so the Super Skrull, which is something from the comics, mainly a Fantastic Four property.
But not like this, but
Actually, at first I was like, oh, there's nothing like the Super Skrull. But if you look at what...
In the comics, the Super Skrull was one person originally. It was one scroll called the Super
I know
Scroll.
who the Super Scroll was. I get it.
Okay,
But Gravik, if you look at, I mean, because I know they're trying to make an army of Super Scrolls, which the Scrolls did try to do a couple of times in Fantastic Four.
They did later, much later. Like
but I'm just saying, it's not like this is, you know, completely unheard of. But the Super Scroll had the original Super Scroll basically was a shapeshifter like any Scroll, but he also had the powers of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And now this guy has exhibited powers very similar to that, and which I think is interesting.
Well,
stretching and super strength.
Do you care about spoilers? I doubt it. Right?
I don't think anybody does.
Okay,
No.
so it's not stretching; it's Groot.
Well, I know it looks like Groot. It's obviously they got some Groot material. But.
He's got two. He's got the Extremis superpowers.
Right, he's got Extremis and Groot in him right now,
and he's trying to collect.
And he's trying to get the rest of the event. I know what he's doing. I get it.
Yeah, I'm just.
They're just doing it with the Avengers instead of the FF.
And in this last episode,
he's going to try. He's going to confront Nick Fury and try to get it.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean in the episode I just watched.
You're right.
He Gravik got turned on by a bunch of people because he's crazy and he's killing his own people now, and he released the footage of Nick Fury killing Maria Hill, even though it wasn't really Nick Fury, but now the whole world thinks Nick Fury killed Maria Hill.
That's the whole point of what Skrulls can do.
Right. Yeah. And so Nick goes to some tomb, gets his old leather jacket, his eye patch, his gun, and he grabs a vial called the Harvest, which has all of the DNA samples of all the Avengers. And the way they got it,
Carol Danvers.
Including Carol Danvers. Yeah, so you watched it. So in the way they explain, just for Jason.
Of course I watched it. I told you I watched it.
The way they explain it.
The show. You hate it. I like it.
Oh, you like it. Well, I'm glad you like it. I'm not trying, I'm not, you know me, man. I don't poo-poo on stuff for the sake of poo-pooing on it. I like to like things.
Except for when you're over guesting on other shows.
That's not true. That is not true. You're so jealous.
Don't worry, we'll talk about that in more detail when we're on Rumble.
But the way they got all the DNA was from he called it the Battle for Earth, which was basically an end game. And they sent out
which would make sense because
to get all the samples of their blood and stuff and
because all of them got beaten up a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how they got anything from Carol Danvers because I think she walked away without a scratch. I don't know.
No, she didn't. She wiped blood when she got punched by Thanos. Didn't she like wipe blood off?
Did she? I don't remember.
I can't remember. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched Endgame in probably 6 months. So I do love that movie, but
yeah. So I don't know. They're gonna have to do something really fantastical for me to care in the last episode. But if it's
like I said, I think this is about the origin of the Super Scroll because I don't think he's going to die.
And he's lost his army, so it's not going to be an army anymore. So it's going to be Gravik.
No, I think the rest of the Skrulls are going to turn on him.
Well, they already have, except for Rhodey.
Well, I'm just saying. I think that he's going to lose total support. Like right now, he still has some support in the Skrulls.
Yeah.
I think he's going to totally lose support, but he's going to walk away.
With all those powers,
he's probably going to end up getting his hands on the Harvest, and he's going to end up being a true Super Skrull with the power of the Avengers in him. Dude. And which think about
the thought of that. Look at this. The thought of that just gave me goot. You can't see it, my blur. Yeah. See, I want to like things. The ideas are good. I get excited about the idea. It's the execution that sucks, in my opinion.
That's think about one person with the abilities of Thor and Captain Marvel and Groot and Extremis.
Dude, forget it. If you had Thor and Captain Marvel, you're practically invincible just with those two's power set.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, how are you going to stop this guy? And so now you start building up towards when the Fantastic Four movie comes along.
Right.
And you got a real villain.
Yeah.
You know? Or they end up, I mean, that's one possibility. The more likely situation is somehow Nick Fury gets him. But I don't know.
That would be such a waste. You can't don't.
It's also so it's also possible that what's her name, the girl, it might end up with some powers too.
Well,
she already has Extremis already.
She's got Extremis,
yeah.
Gaia.
Yeah.
Man, they killed her mom off screen and killed her dad, in the previous, 2 episodes ago. That poor
You
chick.
see, there's good things about it. I do think it's actually a very well done show. It's weird that it's Marvel because it is so serious.
Well, not only that, it's like a hard R, man. It's brutally graphic with the violence. I mean, like, you know, like the last episode, Gravik slit a dude's throat, and you see it. I mean, you see it for a split second, and then they cut away, but you see it. You see it. You like.
Oh, they actually. There's a groove and blood and.
Yeah. And by the way,
like very Battlestar with the whole the mob ship episode.
I don't know, and I got more, man, because like when they're shooting people, you're seeing like blood go everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked. I would like.
Huh.
I gotta say that English lady, I love her.
Oh, the one that tortured that scroll, cut his finger off.
So there's a scene, classic scene from movies, right? So English, you remember the English lady that's like Nick Fury's counterpart in the whatever, the MI6. She was in like the first episode.
Asking you, Jason.
I'm asking Jason because Jason's only seen the first couple episodes. Remember, he went to her for help.
Oh yeah. She plays. I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay. She plays Queen Elizabeth in the Crown.
Right. So she interrogates a couple of Skrulls to get some of the information as to what's going on with this whole Super Skrull program.
Yeah, I saw that scene in the cold room where she used the exit at the bottom and stuff.
So wait. So then the female is kind of going along with it. The dude is a little more apprehensive, and so he.
Oh, in this last episode, yeah.
So he grabs the girl Skrull, has his arm around her, pulls out his gun, puts the gun to her head, right, and he's standing there, classic movie pose, and he's like, you know, don't you do a thing or I will blow her brains out, right? And the English lady's like, you know what? I believe you. Shoots him in the head.
Right in the middle. And they show it. They show it, dude.
Yeah.
Whole hair.
Oh, that's
splatter out the back.
Well, now you're gonna make me finish watching the series.
It's like, why?
Even if it's just for the clips.
And in fact, like,
is it because the blood is purple? Is that how they're getting away with it, or do they not care?
Well, no, I think it's because they're just trying to show they're serious.
Yeah.
There's another part with same lady. Like, okay, so earlier in one of the problems with the Skrulls is that they can look exactly like anybody. And Rhodey is a Skrull. We don't know where the real Rhodey is. We know that he's probably in that holding facility.
Yeah.
And so Rhodey confronts Nick, and there's a bunch of guards there. And Nick like grabs Rhodey, puts the gun to his face, and he's like, yeah, you know, what are you going to do? Shoot me? Because, you know, as soon as you do, all these guys are going to kill you.
Yeah, no, he says the only way to out me is to shoot me.
Yeah. The only way to out me is to shoot me, and if you do, these guys are going to take you, right? And so
before they even notice Rhodey's a Skrull, right, he'll be dead.
So he surrenders, right? So same situation, except a little bit different. So that woman barges into the room with those two people I just mentioned, and she comes in and she threatens them with a gun, and they're like, whoa. And then two guards come in and they're like, what are you doing, ma'am? What do you think you're doing? That you can't. And so she's like, doesn't want to try to explain to it. So he shoots the guy in the hand, and then his hand turns into a Skrull hand and bleeds purple.
Oh,
yeah.
And
she's like, okay, he's an alien. You get it?
that was a gangster move on her part.
Yeah.
She's probably my favorite character in this show.
I love her. She is freaking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to
be on the Avengers.
I'll have to turn it back on and kind of trundle through it then.
Anyway, so let's get to
the meat of the show.
Yes. I'm sorry, guys, that we got sidetracked, but hey, I know you come here for the commentary. You stay for the idiocy. So Colonial Day, another. I mean, it's so funny. I keep saying it's a different episode, but there are a lot of episodes that are different. This is a political episode, so not a lot of action and stuff. It's not a great episode for ship porn. This is one of the few. You get a nice establishing shot of what Cloud 9 looks like.
Yeah,
So,
they're basically inside of Cloud 9 the whole time, and it's
right.
just like,
So this whole dome is designed to simulate a real world environment.
I'm still mad at Gina, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that
several weeks.
in a season
that's
here.
Still way away.
Yeah.
The death of Cloud 9.
Yeah.
So this is what the inside of that dome looks like, just so that they could shoot on location. And why did I do that? Oh well. All right. So we have, it's kind of funny because you can this episode kind of shows that society is kind of normalizing within this. There's only 50,000 people left. And, I think that would happen. And, so these three people were all reporters before the apocalypse, and they're probably the only three reporters left in the entire universe. And so they're the ones that are reporting. And it's funny because they even talk, they get a little banter about that while they're talking about it. Meanwhile, you have a guy here that's, for unknown reasons, smuggling a gun.
Dun dun dun.
Because guns bad. Nice shot of Colonial 1. There's the guy with the gun again. Why are movies and TV shows obsessed with big briefcases with foam cutouts for every bullet?
Oh yeah, it's that total. It's like assembly porn or something. It's like every rifle comes in 17 pieces, and it's just like, come on. Well, it's just like suppressors are always make everything sound like nothing.
Yeah,
so
they're suppressors, not silencers. But
yeah. Movie trope's got a movie trope.
Yeah, I just watched. Thanks to the Salty Nerds, I just watched Rambo 2 and Rambo 3.
Which I thank you for another channel again.
Thank you for Jason, by the way.
Yeah,
I watched it on your Plex. And they always have the obligatory, kind of like in Commando, where he's getting ready for the fight and he's like loading everything, like opening a thing like that.
Oh yeah,
it out and setting it up and tying his stuff and putting his knives in his belt and all that.
The stuff. Montage. Be it the training montage, the preparation montage.
Yeah, it's not a Stallone movie without a montage.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they obeyed. As a side note, if you haven't seen the fifth one, which is the ridiculous one at his farm,
I have.
They absolutely have a montage in that too.
The fourth one is gory.
The fourth one is, believe it or not, my favorite.
It's good, but it's gory. Like when he's like shooting people.
It's rough.
Like their bodies are exploding.
It's like what you guys are describing that they're willing to show in Secret Invasion. Like it's full on. Like
so, the foams make sure they're comfy and secure, and so the bullets don't explode. That's not how bullets work.
Yeah, thankfully that is not how they work.
Well, and this whole thing is these are like plastic bullets too, right? Like everything's plastic. That's how he gets.
No, they're real bullets. It's somehow it's space magic.
Okay, I thought it was plastic, so it could avoid the detectors. But
no, it was like it was in a political attaché, they said, and it was underneath something to block the X-ray, even though they sort of go through the X-ray. And the thing is, if there was a sheet in there blocking the X-ray, then you would have seen that there was a sheet blocking the X-ray, and so you immediately would have opened it up to inspect it.
Yeah,
that would have been a dead giveaway if there was something blocking X-rays.
Yeah. So it's probably one of those, what's the name of that movie with Clint Eastwood and John.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The assassin. He was a Secret Service.
Yeah,
agent,
and he made the little 2-shot gun out of pure like polymer and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going on here because of that. It's actually that's what I thought of was that movie.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it, but I know exactly what
it's.
talking
But you know, the thing is, this is a space show. They could have
The
come
President's
up with
Men or something like that.
Yeah, All the President's Men. I think that's what it. You might be right.
Something like that.
I mean, think about it. This is a space show. They could have come up with something.
They could have.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
you know, we are in season 1. They were still cutting the corners off, of
and they did
because
not.
They had to save money.
Yeah, and they had no budget whatsoever. And notice the name of their show is The Colonial Gang.
In the line of fire.
In the line of fire. Yeah.
Found it.
Well, The Colonial Gang is like the show In the Line of Fire is this show on The Colonial Gang. It's like
yeah.
Although I gotta say, I kind of love the mic with the flag on the top. The way they've got that.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a thing that can actually be bought. I mean, you could buy the one on the left.
Yeah, the one on the left. Yeah, they have like every time I go sing.
Yeah, that's an old school mic.
Yeah.
Well, you can actually buy that in a USB version, even.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but the one on the right, I wonder what that's actually based on. I've never.
But they were just scrounging up whatever they could find around the fleet, obviously. Which I think that's a nice touch that their mics don't match.
Yeah.
It kind of shows that they are like remnants of separate things that came.
They were probably originally working on different networks. And stuff like
and they're
that.
the only 3 left because everybody else died. So now they got to combine their forces like Voltron or something.
And I'll form the head.
So Billy and the President are getting ready, and in the meantime, I don't remember. She's talking to Adama because they talk on the phone a lot. You're going to get used to them talking on the phone. That's like a mainstay of this show. Is these two talking?
There's a lot of obviously don't spoil it. Because what episode are we on? Season 2. We're almost done.
We ended season 2.
We're going to be starting.
We're starting season 3. Hopefully Saturday, if not the next Saturday.
Right.
So far this hasn't happened, but I feel like are they going to hook up? I feel like they're going to hook up. I feel like there's a little bit of
Well, they banged in that one episode.
Did they really? No, they didn't.
No.
They just kissed each other's cheek or whatever. Yeah.
Well, Ariel, technically, if you consider the Commonwealth the empire, the sun still does not set on the British Empire.
Yes. And if you think about it, the British lost to us.
Yeah, I know. And then we came down and burnt your place. As the old meme goes.
And we let you live there.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I'm a serious armchair historian. Oh, I know. I got into it with someone one time, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No. The Americans got bored.
After you dirty Brits destroyed our original White House, you ran off to Canada, and that's where all you bastards came from, right? Something like that. I mean, it's been a while. I'm not.
You could have at least gotten rid of the French. But,
oh, come on. Then where would I be?
Exactly.
You got to pay the piper, man. You don't get me if you don't have the French.
Yeah, we'd have better parts of you.
Well, I'm about to get sidetracked talking about something in Canada if we don't get back on track. Because
okay,
I always find those conversations interesting.
All right.
Hey, more content for Rumble.
On Rumble, arguing over everybody's ethnicity. That's probably already.
Well, mine was going to be more like politics because the problem we're having here, like you were complaining because a car loan is like 8%. One of the biggest problems we have in America is this liberal government we have is not increasing the interest rate.
Okay, stop.
The inflation that we have. Okay. See, I told you.
I got my finger on the mute button.
Very good. We'll put a pin in that for our first official.
As soon as you said the word liberal, I was like, no.
See, this is where you just have to be careful. You dance around it and you go,
Jones again.
the current administration seems to be unwilling.
Well, I'm a libertarian, so I'm very much.
Will you stop saying political terms?
Teeter in the center. So I pick on both the left and the right. You know
I understand.
Well, yeah.
But okay, don't say liberal or Democrat, say Carogan.
Carogan. Oh, is that what Carogan means?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we also use the term Californian for the people that admire
Well,
the mustache man.
that's what Lore Reloaded says is Californians instead of people from Germany in the 1940s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I just got to know the code words, bro.
Right, exactly. So you say, like, when the Californians were all trying to move to Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, we live production notes. We definitely have to consider playing around in Rumble Land.
Yeah. All right, back on track here.
So yeah, magic guy with the. Oh no, that's right. We're at this point. I thought we were back to the guy with the golden gun.
Song to everybody. That's what it looks like he's about to do. Like, I'm Tom Zarek.
Yeah, he's the right age to have him just start going. It's so unusual to be loved by someone.
So unusual to be on this ship. All right, so Baltar's got all of his blood samples, but Starbuck shows up and informs him that it's been decided that he is going to be Caprica's representative to the Quorum of 12.
No, he didn't decide. He didn't decide.
Starbuck told him that it was decided, I said.
Oh, okay, yeah, decided.
Yeah. You've been voluntold.
Yeah, he was wrong. And like and the thing is, it's like, I don't think that would ever happen.
It's something they're definitely going to come to regret, based off of what I just saw.
Yeah, as you know, moving forward, this is going to put him into politics, which is going to have disastrous future.
Yeah, if there was ever a butterfly flapped its wings in Brazil and a hurricane happened,
if you could just
Asia,
stop this moment, then Baltar's position at the end of the season 2 episode would not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
With his hot and cold running women and and all that crap. And of course 6 is like, yeah, you can get the power.
Yeah.
So we go back to Cloud 9. Which I gotta tell you, if I were going to be on any ship in the fleet, I would want to be on Cloud 9 because you got that
until a certain date, and then
yes. Well, yeah, until the actual
the
unfortunate. But at least they went quickly; they didn't suffer.
Well, I don't know, man. That it seemed like there was a chain reaction of it. Yeah, but it was like. I guess
it would be pretty.
It would be pretty quick.
I don't think that they were like. I mean, at the most, I don't think that they even had time to realize what was going on before they were dead.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to go. Either that or in your sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you see me looking down, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just people actually responding to my stuff for sale. But it's because I messed up. So with the moving sale, I put like free to whatever, and so I'm just getting inundated with like,
so everybody's like, free, I'll take it for free.
Is this thing free? Is that thing free? Is blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's a dumb thing to do.
So I've been telling this is what I've been telling them. I've been telling them, hit me up Friday. If I still have it, you can come take it away. But until then, I am going to try to sell it. It wasn't dumb on my part. That's what all of them do that on the. So what I did was I looked at a bunch of other posts that were doing moving sale posts, because I've never done a moving sale post. I've just done single item post. And that's how they all do it. They either put $0 or $1 to whatever. Maybe I should have done the $1 to whatever. That would have been, oh well.
What you should do is just put all the furniture, arrange it nicely on the front lawn, and then sell it as a homeless shelter.
You're funny. So my plan was, if I can convince the landlord guy to let me do the moving sale this weekend, the garage will finally be empty because all of Mike's stuff's going to be gone tomorrow.
And actually, I'm going to do this regardless. So I'm going to be spending tomorrow afternoon moving the stuff I'm trying to sell into the garage, kind of set it up, stage it. You know what I mean? Along with all the stuff, like I've got boxes. For some reason, I have an obscene amount of glasses, like pint glasses. And the only thing I can think of is back when I was a really bad alcoholic.
Yeah.
I must have just walked out with glasses from bars or something. I have hundreds of these things. So
Yeah,
I've got them stacked up, and I'm giving those away for free. So I'm going to have those in there. And then I've got
let's put an ad in the paper. Are you an alcoholic? I've got glasses for you.
Yeah, right. Really, I ought to just take the box to one of my old bars and be like, here, I'm sorry, and see what they say.
So Starbuck and Apollo are talking about the security problems, and Starbuck decides to start a fight with a water hose.
Yeah, they're like weird. I don't want to say they're
fighting like a brother and sister here.
Yeah, but they end up almost banging in not too long
in
ago,
a couple episodes, if not in this season. Yeah.
Or wasn't?
Well, did I do that right? No.
Yes, you did. There was almost an actual spit take there for a minute.
I caught it. My nostrils are burning, but I didn't want to spit all over my damn screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
You don't think one woman could give birth to that many kids, do you?
Oh my god!
All right, so the reporters are, watching all the delegates come in, and this is where it gets really, really tense. So, and I did like when Colonel Ty was ordered by Adama to go there. Adama's like, "Stay away from the bar."
And where do we find her later? At the bar with the original Adama, Lee Adama, whatever.
Yes,
Apollo. What's his name in the I should know it by now.
Tom Zarek.
Zarek.
Oh yeah, the guy that was from the original show. Yeah, Tom Zarek.
Yeah, he's Zarek in this show. Yeah. Ellen ends up, we don't know 100%. I mean, we still haven't got that. Something's between them two. I'm not saying but they're colluding. They end up colluding, but they meet in this episode.
Yeah, well, I think their colluding might be what leads Ty to bang 6.
Oh God, get over it. It's never going to happen.
Anyway, while they're doing the greeting line, we got a little bit of infighting as a couple of Trump supporters show up and start making trouble. And when Tom Zarek, aka Donald Trump, comes in, and actually, the funny thing is Tom Zarek is actually a socialist in that.
It's funny, if it wasn't for the fact that he was a terrorist, the more apt comparison could possibly be Ralph Nader.
Yeah. Because he's advocating for, basically the elimination of the economic system as we know it. And, basic actually more communism than anything is what he wants. And which is funny because you have these guys that are acting, and this is like weird writing to me. It's like the politics of all this.
You know what this made me think of? 20 years before it happened. I don't want you to get mad at me for saying it. I don't know the guy with the little hands and the funny haircut. I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Right.
January 6th. So those people.
He's invoked the Trump word. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying this is weird writing as far as Ronald D. Moore and the way they're doing this, because like in most of the political stuff, you have Roslyn, who is clearly a pretty run-of-the-mill liberal character. You have Adama, who is a fairly run-of-the-mill conservative character. And they butt heads frequently. But and so you would expect Tom Zarek, since he's kind of portrayed as the political outsider who's a bad guy, and all the crazy radicals support Tom Zarek, you would expect him to be like this right winger, because that's what everybody in Hollywood thinks the radical crazies are all right wingers. But then when you hear Tom Zarek actually talk, he's promoting communism.
He surely isn't promoting capitalism in any stretch.
Right. And so that makes no sense.
Look, again, this was 20 years before. So the
well,
guys I would call Trumpers are actually like
I don't love Biden. I do love what Biden did to Danny when he gave him that black eye. I thought that was
But I think it's actually more demonstrative of their willingness back then to write off the reservation, so to speak, as far as, you know,
yeah, because this would never get written today.
Nope.
Well, I mean, it's funny because the people I'm calling like that reminded me of like the MAGA type, they're for communism. If like
right, that's why it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Well, it doesn't make sense to us now. This was written over 20 years ago, so you know it was halfway prophetic.
Yeah, but the stereotype has always been that crazies are right wingers. You know. Like,
yeah, and it's funny that
maybe Ronald D. Moore is a right winger, and he was tired of that stereotype.
No.
You've heard him talk more in the commentaries, so I have no idea.
No, Ronald D. Moore admits flat out in the commentary that he is a leftist. But he says that, but he purposely tries to get both sides in.
Well, and see, that's the sign of someone who's willing to suffer for their art. You know, they're willing to do things.
And that's why I respect his writing way more than almost anything that's written today, because he cares about the story. When he kills a character off, he doesn't kill the character off because he wants to get rid of that actor or because he doesn't. You know, he kills the character because it makes sense.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT the next time I ask it to write something for me. I'm going to ask it to do it in the style of Ronald D. Moore and see how that goes.
See how it plays out. Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So you got Apollo playing Secret Service here, keeping an eye on things. So this is where it gets so tense. So Tom Zarek wants to shake hands at the greeting line, and I got to say, Colonel Ty was an a-hole.
Oh yeah, his wife.
I get that Tom Zarek is a former criminal. However, as they said, Geminon law specifically says that once you've served your time, you are a full-fledged citizen again and forgiven. And so that's why he was the representative.
Well,
so he is a duly appointed representative to the quorum of 12. Ty should have shook his hand.
He should have. I agree. But his wife tries to save face for them.
No, she doesn't try to save face. She tries to get on the cameras.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, okay. She says it. You don't remember?
It's been.
I don't know.
I didn't get to rewatch this one. Normally, I rewatch it. I've been busy today, and I literally did have
Jason.
I can bring it up real quick. Okay. Yeah,
I don't remember exactly how she puts it, but yeah, she said that like he.
If I join the Cylons, you know what I'm up to.
Yeah, she has a really cool line right here when she right after she shakes his hand, and
actually before I do that, I'm gonna refill my soda. I'll be right back.
All right. Of course. Now we go. Danny. So you bringing it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to fish it up here. All right, let's see. Subtitles.
Chrono says Ty is my idol.
And so, where are you? That's like what, 20 minutes in? 15? 10. I see it. I got it. Okay, so box goes through, scanner, beep beep. And magical gun makes it through, no problem. We're happy. The atmosphere is electric as quorum members arrive with their delegations. Da-da-da-da-da. Stop following the case around. Okay. Da-da-da-da. All right. Kill me now. That's Ty. Colonel Ty.
All right. So how did it go? Go down.
He's bringing up the dialogue.
I'm just getting to it here now. So they just did the handoff. Starbuck Apollo, Xerix here. Copy. Moving forward. Buddy grabs Sky. Talk. All right. And the line goes. Tom Zarek puts his hand out. Colonel Ty, Battlestar Galactica. Doesn't shake his hand. I see. And then my wife. Does she have a name? Ellen. Call me Tom. I don't like to stand on ceremony. I'm the same way. All this pretension makes me sick. And then Ty goes, "You're holding up the line."
No, but what Ellen says to Ty goes.
What does Ellen say after? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, the after part.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right after that.
So he moves on. Thank you for making me feel welcome, Ellen. I hope to see you again. With her little. Why did you do that? To get our picture on the front page of every half-baked newsletter and photo service in the fleet. I don't need my picture taken with a terrorist. Wake up, Saul. Look at these cameras.
So I'm going to have to do that thing where I played over my speakers. I've got somebody interested in my desk, and they need me to give them the dimensions real quick. So I got to do that.
Yeah.
He's got
I'll be listening.
Dildo.
The desk.
Gee, talking about keywords. Holy.
That's a word that Google's fine with.
Apparently, I know.
That's one of those things. Like, we could be talking about sex toys all night, and they'd be fine.
So this is where the old scheming of Ellen is in full effect. She's trying to,
Ellen screws up so many things.
Well, she's trying to make as many openings as she can for everything, to the point that they actually just start, conflicting with each other.
Because the only thing she wants is for Ty to be in power, even though Ty doesn't want it. So, I keep thinking, why the heck did she marry him? I mean, it just seems weird.
I don't know. Some people go all snaky strange.
Yeah. Like, why are we with Danny? Yes. Same thing. Why is Danny's picture not look anything like him, and he should update it? Do the Grizzly Adams version. You know what he should do? Since he can keep that picture for later, but he should, since he should Photoshop his current face on Captain Pike riding that horse in the first episode of Strange New Worlds. Because remember, you had that epic beard in that episode?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is just because I've been rolling through Twitter, just looking for random stuff that might be show related or at least Hollywood related. And then all of a sudden,
I heard all of that.
I heard all
Denise.
of that.
Well, you should do it, man.
Look, like not shaved. Come on, I'm a sexy Captain Kirk. What's up with that?
There you go.
Yeah, but you could be now. You look more. Well, your hair is not even close.
Pike thing's not a bad idea, but my hair's all short.
I was gonna say, let your hair grow out on top, and then you can get a nice, a giant swirl going, and then job done. Denise Crosby posted a picture of her residual check from the TV show Ray Donovan. She got paid 21 cents for it.
The hell?
And she thinks she's flexing. I went off. I've never even heard of the show.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Me neither. Yeah.
It had 84 episodes.
I mean, that's weird.
Was she
or 80, it had 82, sorry. It ran from 2013 to 2020, which means it's one of those, we only did 10 episodes a season, so get out of my face. And she was in a whopping 15 of the episodes.
Right, so she was a guest star.
Now, it's reasonably well rated as far as IMDb is concerned, but I've never heard of it. And for the record, the lead actor is Liev Schreiber, and I really enjoy Liev Schreiber. And I've never heard of this show.
Here's my problem with when they bitch about that 37-cent check, right? I understand that, you know, you're going to show, oh, look, I only getting a 37-cent check for doing this show. What she's not showing you is the fact that she gets hundreds of those checks every day.
Yeah, from all the various things that she's in.
Such a waste of paper, though. 21 cents.
Right. Well, she should do direct deposit, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, that show, it's a show nobody's heard of, right? And so she's not getting jack for it because how many people are running that show?
Yeah.
You know, however, and I don't know the answer to this. Let me see her residual check for TNG.
Oh, I would, yeah, because that went into syndication super fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, she might have only been in some episodes in season 1 and a few afterward, but
yeah,
I'll bet you it's way shinier than that
before
one.
Before you start crying, poor me.
Yeah.
You know, let me see your tax receipts, because you're not in that much stuff. So let me see your taxes. You kept wanting Trump's taxes. Let me see yours. If you're gonna complain about how much money you make, let me see the proof. You know.
Anyway.
And by the way, so since we're going to go on a tangent here for a second, because everybody knows, you know, and I know if you don't like it, sorry, not sorry, but I am obviously not supporting the strike. I don't give a crap if you want to support the actors and all that. I'm not mad at you. You can do what you want to do.
Hey, man,
but
you and I are on the same.
No, but I'm just letting people know. Look, if you want to say, "Hey, I stand with the actors," good for you. I don't. And because, you know, they talk about all the greed in the studios. Could you tell me again? I don't know if you remember the number. How much did Bob Iger make?
Bob Iger gets paid about $24 million a year.
Okay.
And all of the top shelf names in Hollywood are making tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions, every single year.
Right. So yeah, okay. So $20 million a year. It's a really nice salary. I mean, nobody's saying he's poor. However, you know, now keep in mind, Bob Iger, president of Disney, right? CEO
of Disney Corporation.
He is the head honcho of that whole ball of wax. Now, how much did Robert Downey Jr. make from, what was it, Endgame or whichever one it was?
It was dumb. It was like 60-something million dollars.
Yeah,
I'm anti.
So he made 3 times Iger's annual salary for one movie.
You know what? And he should. And here's why.
No. Hold on.
You don't need unions.
Oh no. I'm not arguing against his salary. It's the hypocrisy is the problem.
It's the hypocrisy of saying Iger's greedy when you're making 3 times his money.
They have to, these people, like Tom Cruise showed up. I read part of a story where apparently he showed up by surprise at one of these SAG-AFTRA events and said that, you know, he stands in solidarity with him, blah, 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 blah. Look, man, these
Racetrack has the best checkout. Got to just say that real quick. Sorry, Danny.
No spoilers.
No. All I'll say is Racetrack has the best checkout in the whole damn series.
Yeah.
Have I
moving on?
Racetrack. Yeah. Which one's Racetrack? Have I met Racetrack?
Racetrack is the chick that found the planet by accident in the nebula.
The scrawny little white chick?
Yeah.
The one that's got a slightly broad bridge of her nose.
Okay.
I'm weird. I notice things like that.
Yeah. So, because I was pissed. That's why I kind of just disappeared at the end of that stream, because the Friday stream, you guys were talking about it, but I got there an hour late and you were done. And then when I tried to talk about it again, you said no more talking about it. So then I just kind of disappeared.
Right.
Because I really did want to talk about it because, you know, cry me a frackin' river. I am so sorry. You know what? People who are good at their jobs, they get paid well. People who suck at their jobs don't get paid well. And if you want to be in a union because you suck at your job, but you want to make more money, I don't give a 2 flying fracks. I really don't. It should be a meritocracy, and it never will be. So I think you and I are on the same page.
Now, as far as if I were on the union side of things, like as far as reasonable arguments and all that, if the only thing, because here's here's the kicker, right? Is that there's the digital thing.
Okay, that I don't. That should not be allowed.
If
Individual contracts should work that out, though.
No, but I'm just saying but you see, and this is where people say, but if you're just some 2-bit actor that's getting paid $500 to be a background actor in some in some show, you don't have the clout to say you can't scan me and use me digitally. And you know what? Well, that's where the union protection supposedly is necessary. Now,
and that's fine, but the biggest thing, and I was filling you in on this, the biggest thing they're making noise over is continuous residuals for streaming stuff.
Right.
And they're making the analogy that this is like the birth of VHS all over again from back in the early 80s, and people being worried about, I'm going to be.
We're talking about people who get to make believe, play pretend for a fracking living.
Oh, I know.
Give me a fracking break.
No,
why are we talking about this? Let's get back to.
I'm sorry. Well, you went off camera, and it let me go off plot.
Okay, right. So Tom Zarek goes to the president, and the president and him, there she gives him the kiss of death, and then they go to the quorum of 12. So. Nice set. I can't remember where they said they filmed this.
It's a very pretty room.
Yeah,
it couldn't have been a more perfect room to do it, considering how small.
Orchestra. It looks like somewhere you'd see an orchestra set up. On a stage.
I believe it's an opera house, and it actually is the same set that they use for the opera house.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
cool.
So.
Yeah. All right. So that was the one that you saw at the end of this season where Baltar was delusional with Head Six, and they walk up to the
baby
crib
and the bassinet and all that.
Yeah. Apparently, that's the same building.
Yeah, it's just redressed, because remember they had the long white streamers coming down from the ceiling. Picture that.
Oh wait, this is the same room they used. I bet this is the same one that they use in maybe in season 3 too. The scene that I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep coming back, and I believe it is an opera house in Vancouver.
Okay, cool.
So
very cool.
So anyway, so she starts bringing up all the standard political stuff about food distribution, blah, blah, blah. And Tom Zarek is like, well, that's all great stuff. I love Baltar here. That's all great stuff. But, what we really need to do is elect a vice president just in case you die. Not saying I'm going to do anything. And I'm sorry, Danny. I meant to, I was going to clip it out for the video, except that I was on hold for 6 hours today.
I was wondering why we didn't have a commercial or anything either.
Right.
So.
Usually when I do those little music videos, you know how I feature a little scene before it? Yeah. So the scene I was going to use was this one where Baltar is sitting there snoozing, and then Six points out that the reporter doesn't have any panties on, and he's like,
"Oh yeah," and that's when I had to look up which came out first. It was obviously Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
So he's bored, and Six points out that there's a reporter eyeballing him, and she's not wearing any panties. Although I got to say, she ain't that much to look at. I don't know why. It's like.
Baltar just can't help himself.
Yeah, I know. Did Star Trek 6 use this? For the Klingon courtroom? No, I think they made a custom set for that.
And Star Trek wouldn't have been shot up in Vancouver.
Yeah, they actually had a budget. And so then. So Baltar nominates, or doesn't nominate, but seconds the nomination of Tom Zarek, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, vice president.
But I think it's because he got a little nudge from Six, didn't he?
Yeah. She swatted him and was like, "Hey."
She lifted his hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
right.
You can kind of see what's like so. Let's see. And Stan Lee's calling me lazy trekker because no promo.
No, Stan. Did you miss the beginning?
He was on hold for 6 hours. That
Hey,
drive
you know
anybody
what?
nuts.
Usually every week so far, and this is the first one I've missed, but every week so far, I've made a Strange New Worlds promo the day the episode comes out. So give me a freaking break.
Yeah, it can happen. It's just
Yeah.
not when you're staring with devil eyes at the phone while somebody's ignoring you.
Yeah. And it's really hard when you're listening to that music incessantly for hours on end.
I do appreciate the places that have the option, like to hold without music. Press the pound key now. I love that because then I can actually work while I'm on hold.
Exactly. If I could hold silently, I could have been editing a video, but I can't edit, especially a music video with bad music playing. So,
yeah.
And of course, and every couple of minutes,
did you know you could go to the website to get basic information about? It's like,
yes, I know that.
You know what's the worst is, so like, let's say your phone gets cut off, right? And you're on hold to get it cut back on, and they say something like, or no, that's not a better example is your internet's down and you're calling the internet company to get your internet back up. And while you're on hold, they're like, for faster service, please go to cox.com and click on the chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Last Christmas when the telephone pole caught on fire downtown and took out half the city's internet, that's actually what happened to me.
Oh my God. That's so infuriating.
Oh,
well, and it's, and the thing is, it's like, I understand that there are people that will just call the number and not realize there's a website, but come on, it's 2023. You don't have to say it every 10 seconds for hours on end. Just put a little thing at the beginning of, before the music starts and say, by the way, we have a website for basic stuff. Check that out before you wait on hold for the next 4 hours. But not repeating the same boring information, because the problem is, since you wait a couple of minutes and then it cuts in. Did you know? And you think, oh, somebody's answer. Oh no, it's just that stupid recording again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's infuriating.
So Tom Zarek is now nominated as vice president, and so Sagittarian. I don't know why I thought Gemini, but yeah, he's Sagittarian. Sagittarian liked him. So they decide that her old buddy, and this was one of those plot conveniences I didn't like. It's like her old buddy who we've never seen before, because they didn't have a character already set up. They really should have had a character in the wings the last few episodes on Colonial 1.
Yeah.
Like Billy,
Yeah, that was like, hey, you've been working for me for a little while now. I was like, who are you? I don't know. Random dude. Random helper guy was
it's
random.
Not the same room from Star Trek 6.
Who said what?
And that's not the meeting room where the president was speaking.
It's not 5 o'clock yet where you live, Chief.
You gotta lay off the sauce, buddy.
And even if it is, you shouldn't be getting at it already.
And we're not talking about Star Trek 6. As good of a movie as it is, it's not the subject today.
It is not.
And you need to stop saying things you don't know, or knowing things you don't say. Something. I don't know.
And yes, as a side note, I went digging, and it's the Chan Center for Performing Arts, and there's a whole pile of areas around that building that they actually shot.
How much it is in Star Trek 6? That'd be hilarious.
They shot a ton of things for
Fingers
this
crossed.
at this place.
All you guys out there who pray, I might have 3 pieces of the furniture sold.
I'm praying until you start giving me as much money as you give to those other guys.
I gave you $50.
You gave them 100.
Over the course of time. It was at once.
And over that same course of time, you didn't even give me 50. So
all right, come on.
Right,
if you have to keep score, boy.
Well, they keep score. That's the only reason I knew. You shouldn't have been over there on a day where they had the score totals up.
And my mother,
If you
oh my
can't
God,
say
she gives me grief too. She tricked me. She wanted me to buy. I don't even remember what channel it was, and I won't even try to guess because you'll say I'm pimping some other channel.
Well,
But
that's what you do.
My mom wanted. So somebody gifted some memberships because my mom said she wanted a membership, and so my mom gets along with everybody, and so somebody bought. But you can't choose who gets them, right? So I can't remember who it was. They bought like a 5-pack of memberships.
Right.
And my mom didn't get one. She was like, oh, man. And so the same person was like, I'll try again for you, Penny. But this time he only got one, went to somebody else. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I tried. Uh-oh. See, Ariel, you should have just sent it straight to me. I'll give you a I showed him. I showed my tits, but you couldn't see them.
Oh.
Yeah, try it. See, he just did it for you, Ariel.
Sorry, a little speech bubble cover.
Check it out. He's completely naked right now.
It's twice. All right.
He flashed you right in the avatar.
I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. So I was in the middle of something, but it doesn't matter.
You got her right in the avatar.
Okay, I remember now. So dude tries again, just buys one. So then somebody else, about 20 minutes later, it's like, okay, Penny, I'm going to try for you. Are you making sure she's there? She's like, okay. Buys 5. She doesn't get any. So then my mom texts me. She's like, can you get me a membership? And I'm like, I mean, I can try. I can't. It would be better if I just sent you the money and you bought the membership. She's like, just come on. I was like, oh God. So I did a 5-pack.
I watched that happen as I watched. Did? Okay, yeah. I didn't see it happen live, but I watched it happen in the stream.
And it finally. So I did it twice. I did it twice, and she didn't get him. And I was like, Mom, you're either already a member or you have bad luck. Fortunately, before the end of the show, somebody else finally got her one. But whatever, I can't remember which channel it was. And Jason, don't say if you remember which one it was. But
I don't.
But they had just off of me and the other dude, that would have been, and then so they made $100 just off of people trying to help my mom get a membership, and I couldn't believe it.
Penny is secretly working for them.
Yeah, right.
I think she is.
Well, she's got a booger sugar habit to have to pay for.
I guess so. Yeah, that's how she's lost all that weight. My mom has lost a ton of weight. I don't know if she hasn't been on camera lately. Yeah. She says.
Oh well, then maybe it is the booger sugar.
Yeah.
No,
maybe it's got her doing laps around the house.
It's the diabetes medication.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She told me diabetes medication.
Yeah, it has that side effect.
Yeah. My wife is diabetic. It's like she really wants to get that medication, but there's a shortage because so many people are getting it just for weight loss.
Yeah, my mom even. I think we've had this conversation before. I'm having some deja vu. My mom was even telling me to get it. I'm like, Mom, I used to be 400 pounds. I'm 2 now. I'm fine. I don't need to. Sure, I'd like to be. I'd like to fit my suits again, but I'll do it the right way. After my hip replacement surgery, I'll go back to the gym. Okay. It's just right now I'm crippled. Can't move around a lot, So.
I'd get it if they'd let me because I can't really work out.
Yeah. Well, for somebody like you, I totally get that. Yeah.
But
I actually miss working out. I miss rollerblading. I miss
now rollerblading. I probably enjoy, but the problem is, here's my problem is that I don't know. It's just the way I think it's part of the MS or whatever. I hate direct sunlight. It just feels.
Well, you're in Tennessee where it's humid, bro.
No, it's not that. I grew up in California. I've always been this way.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm weird. When I go outside on a sunny day, I'll stand there and just pretend I'm like.
I can be outdoors.
Just be like,
I will tell you, I can be outdoors and it's like 30 degrees, which Canadians. I'm talking about, freedom units.
Below freezing.
Yes, so below freezing. But if the sun is blaring down, I'm really uncomfortably hot.
Huh.
And it's just the way my system works. However, it can be 110, and if it's completely overcast, I feel great.
So back to Battlestar. Do you think she's talking to Derek pantyless right here, or do you think she's got?
If we're going by the timeline, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. All right.
She's just waiting to get a hold.
Because the exclusive interview is about to happen.
Oh yeah. She gets.
And so this is where he's given the Communist Manifesto here, talking about the gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he working? And it's like, well, what do you want the garden to fall apart? Is that, I mean, dude, I understand what you're saying, that society has gone through some craziness, but yeah, we need to reestablish a normal semi-capitalistic system. You can't, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and you're being chased by
It ain't
murder
Star Trek,
bots.
bro. It ain't Star Trek. He's talking about a Star Trek economy is what he's doing here, really.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a post-scarcity world.
And the episode, as brutal as it is, the episode Black Market proves that.
Oh God.
And like I said, it's a brutal
We're gonna have to
episode.
put a trigger warning up for that episode. I'm serious. When we review it, I'm not even kidding. And I hate to sound woke, but that episode disturbed me.
Yeah, you had a rough time with that. Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go to supportsalty.com and watch my reactions. You got to sign up for the Patreon. I think it's like $5.
Although I've
watch
had
my
some
reaction.
weird issues. You can watch our reactions, but for some reason the audio sync is off for you guys, and I can't figure out why. And so I apologize. You can hear their reactions perfectly, but their video is out of sync with the audio, and I don't know why.
It's Hong Kong martial arts version.
Yeah, like mine is fine, but for you guys, it's like, yeah, all of a sudden you turn, like it starts out fine and then you go wacky. And I can't figure out why, because it wasn't out of sync when we were recording it. So, yeah, brain hurt. I'm trying to figure out if it's something in the editor, something, because I'm using a different editor than I did before. Something, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Weird. Anyway, so then we have the Trump supporter guy again, talking to Lee about how he likes listening to Trump. That's not Trump because he's a commie. Well, actually, no, because back then, 20 years ago, Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah, Trump was a Democrat.
There we go.
So we are accurate. So never mind. Ronald D. Moore is a freaking prophet.
I did say it was semi-prophetic.
Yeah. So there we go. And so, and of course, then the 6th of January breaks out at the bar.
Yeah.
Although you could equally say the inauguration day on July in 2017 also would be the equivalent to.
Yeah, and then Starbuck gets into the tussle, of course, but then when one guy during the fight drops his briefcase, and what pops out, but
the gun.
Yeah, I can't.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm trying to get
Starbucks like, he's got a gun. Oh my God, he's got a gun.
Meanwhile,
of course, I love the fact that she still has her. Did she still have her
cane in this one?
Yeah, she still had her cane. So she swacked a guy with a cane in that too. So
she was crippled in this episode. She was doing the military crawl.
No, you're not supposed to say cripple. That's one of those words.
Well, I call myself crippled.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not a word.
You know what's going to be hilarious? You know what's going to be funny?
You say you call yourself the N-word. It doesn't make the N-word okay to say.
Wow,
you know what's going to be funny is when all of us Gen Xers eventually rebel against the PC police.
Look, I don't like.
Right? Can we do this now, please?
Look, I don't like the whole PC thing. However,
this playground is unfortunately tainted by a bunch of soft, yellow-bellied.
That's not an allowable word.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I learned something.
Yeah, so you got to stop saying that word.
I just got to take notes every time, and just have my notebook of what I can't say on Salty's show. Underline it.
Actually, here's a funny thing. Here's a really funny thing.
Channel either, if you
well, yeah, because check this out, Danny. This is a crazy one for you. So, do you know who Demolition Ranch is?
No, not familiar.
So, a guy named Matt Carricker, who was just having fun on YouTube, started I'm going to do silly things with firearms channel while he was going to school. This was it's like 10 years ago when he started this, or 12 years ago, something like that. Yes. And at that time, YouTube didn't care about firearms, not at all. Do whatever you want.
You should
they have gotten
a different word for that.
Well, okay, then I'll do exactly what he does. He can't talk about pew pews on any channel of his that's not the channel that's about pew pews, because it'll insta demonetize the video. So YouTube still lets him run his pew pew channel, and he also has a not pew pew channel where if he says anything other than pew pew to describe it, boop, demonetized. And he's one of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube across his 2 or 3 channels he's got. They wouldn't even let him keep, because he used to run a channel. It's very dormant now. He used to actively run a channel called Vet Ranch, where they actually did free work on to save animals' lives that were in shelters or rescues, and they would show it as from an educational perspective. They'd show the operations and show the recovery. YouTube wouldn't allow it. It's too graphic. So he's out there doing the Lord's work, him and 3 vets around Texas, like 3 different cities. And YouTube's like, no, that's too much.
You got, and I know it seems stupid, but it is their playground.
Yeah, it sucks. Like the rules are and they're uneven and they're unbalanced and they're irregularly
and they're not
applied.
Enforced on the people they don't want to enforce them on. Like if our channel was part of the TYT network, then they wouldn't care what we said.
Probably be a lot more forgiving, but yeah, it's so frustrating. And that's why so many people are headed to Rumble.
Yeah.
Which we're not going to talk about anymore.
Yeah, so back to Lovin' in the Rain and
Eric
Summer in Vancouver.
Disabled. That's
disabled.
That is a
well, I'm not disabled. I'm kind of crippled because of my hip. And I have to use a cane.
Stop using that word.
Is it really that bad?
I really don't know on that one, but why take the risk?
Okay, so is midget a bad word?
Yes, I've told you that before.
That doesn't make sense. I'm not even the oldest one. I'm the youngest one on this.
You're
panel.
the youngest one by several years.
I don't understand.
I love
why
it.
You don't, why
several years?
Why don't
4 years? 4 years between you and me.
Where have you been for the last decade, dude?
I don't know.
Living in the before times.
Well, he's been living in a bottle. That's the problem.
Nah. He's living in the happy before times when we were all little kids. And we came home when the lights went out at the street.
In the last decade. I'm sorry.
They still call it midget wrestling though. So how is that like?
I don't know.
But
how do they get away with that if it's a bad word?
Don't ask me.
Okay. All right. I gotta hear.
But if you use that to describe a person of smaller stature, then you are insulting them. That is the current status quo. I don't like it.
We all became too damn soft.
Look, dude, I didn't make the freaking rules.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why Ariel's saying you can't say November anymore. I don't quite get that one.
Well, you never know. They'll probably cancel March eventually.
I don't, Aravic, I don't think little persons. They don't like that. There was something else where they didn't like. I think they prefer dwarf, right?
No.
No.
I'm telling you, there was something. I have to look it up. There was something about
most of the time. Little person
like.
is considered the proper term nowadays, which I don't like. I don't
like it either, and I could have swore.
But hey, if that's what we're supposed to say, I'll say that until I'm corrected again.
Yeah.
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 Because I know at least I won't get demonetized for saying little person.
Okay. Yeah, what's the rule this week? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Move to Rumble. All right,
let's get ready to rumble.
So Hilo's singing in the rain. To get back to the show.
So yes, Hilo's singing a song with Gene Kelly, and watching the Cylons march with his cool girlfriend, and they're just like hanging out, and she's not feeling too good because she's pretending it's them baked beans, Meanwhile,
Yeah.
they got the guy with the gun, and they're threatening him and trying to find out, why did you get the gun? Who got you the gun? We know it was Zarek. Come on, what's going on, buddy? And this is where they describe the X-ray proof layer and all that crap in the suitcase, which again would be such a red flag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just the lamest excuse, but hey, I get it, low budget. And that doesn't even look like it's the same briefcase.
It probably isn't.
Yeah. So,
they probably needed one because it looked the right way in the light, and they needed another that actually would let them practically do what it was they were up to.
You're saying the G word too much. You're going to get into trouble. I'm not sure which word you meant, Ariel.
The pew pew.
Oh, yeah, probably did. Oh, this stream is probably going to, it's going to say banned by YouTube.
Yeah. Well, if it got taken down midstream, which has happened to other channels, then that would be the true tell. But yeah.
So far, I've never had a stream actually taken down during the stream. I've had streams taken down after the stream, but never during.
Oh, that's good fortune.
Yeah.
I guess the R word is Rumble.
R word? No, she was saying G word.
G word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she said sorry. She said talking too much about. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, and also okay.
Yeah.
From now on, we have
that's
Royal
not
Rumble.
being a flag for you. Well,
Mike doesn't get that reference, Ariel. Don't worry.
Yes, I get the reference. It's just an offensive one.
But only to 1/3 of the people on this stream.
How about we talk about West Side Story, because the Jets had a rumble.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go join the Jets.
Yeah,
or we could use a really old term, and we could call it the
Rumble. They're about to.
We could call it the Donnybrook. We could call it the Donnybrook channel.
Yeah. Well, back to the show. They're interrogating the man with the gun.
Indeed.
Yes, and he ain't talking. No, he's doing a good job, assuming he knows something. Wow, that was.
And you had an awesome shot there.
Yeah, there it is.
That would have been a better thumbnail. I wish.
Right there, yeah, that's your thumbnail right there.
You know what's funny is she'd probably be fine with it, but I'll bet you if you tagged her on Twitter with a screenshot of that. And just go, did anyone ever show you what you looked like when you were interrogating this guy? She'd probably get a kick out of it.
Don't. Boom. All right. I screen capped it. I might actually.
You might actually do that.
I might actually.
A bit later.
Is she on Twitter?
I think she is. Yeah.
I know she's got a.
And there's so many captions you could put on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like with her hand right there, she's looking at her 37-cent royalty check.
Oh, now you be nice. We like Katie.
I know we like Katie, but it's just.
Man, no, I can't believe I didn't know about her until The Mandalorian. I love her in this show, man. Like
I tried to tell you.
I'm all about some Katie Sackhoff.
I told you about her a long time ago, but don't believe anybody. So, they decide to that they need to get a better candidate than the one she picked. So they get
This is where she really. Okay, this is the scene I was talking about earlier. Yeah. Stay away from
Ellen has no morals whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, she just has.
She's she's as amoral as you could possibly get.
All right, I'm saving this as Derpy Sackhoff. That's what I'm saying.
Derpy Sackhoff. Hey, she can pull 10 G's.
Yeah, exactly. You tell Adama you were ready to go back in that seat. Your face proved it there.
So they needed a better candidate, so they get Baltar to step up and be the vice presidential candidate because he's more popular and all that. There's the reporter.
But she's definitely going to regret that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to regret what he put in her. Little baby robot growing in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Shouldn't have told you. I don't think they revealed that yet, did they? Never mind.
What?
That she's got a baby robot growing in her now.
The president? She's going through menopause. That bitch can't have
No,
a baby.
the reporter that.
Oh, the reporter. That would be funny. Yeah, that would be what a twist. All of a sudden, it's like you're having a baby Cylon Baltar.
Well, no, we've already jumped ahead like well over a year from this point.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. Danny already knows
I know.
plenty of what's going on at this point.
So they're listening to the speeches and the crap and the stuff and blah 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 blah, political stuff. And I gotta say, this is his moment. I mean, he is so smarmy and so good at being smarmy.
Yeah.
And as Danny has now seen in the downloaded episode, just how crazy good James Callis is as an actor.
Yes, really Ed Baltar now.
His range is just silly.
I loved him as Head Baltar, and we still haven't seen him back since that episode. I hope we do.
We'll see if
you
we'll see
will
a little
see
bit
Head
more.
Baltar again, I promise.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you've not seen the last of him.
And he will always be wearing that suit.
Well, he always wears that. He always wears that pinstripe suit. Yeah.
Just like Six likes the red dress, he likes the pinstripes. So whatever.
Well, it makes sense that a figment of one's imagination would always look the same, I guess. Six changes it once in a while. She's got the red.
But it's just kind of weird that they seem to be having these very. I mean, it's not just a figment of your imagination. These are real hallucinations. They believe to them they're real.
It's as real as us having our chat right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I can't believe that when Baltar is having his escapades with Head 6, it seems like he's really enjoying it. Yeah.
Well, remember when Boomer walks in on him?
You mean Starbuck?
Or Starbuck, yeah, and he's no, I'm just doing like some exercises.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Clearly,
it didn't seem like he was not enjoying that moment. Like he was really.
And what's worse is she sleeps with him after she found him doing that.
Well, she's a bit of an alkie.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that excuses it. That excuse never worked for me.
No, no explanation for her.
Yeah.
So this is where she basically lets her friend go as the candidate, and I gotta say it's funny that you didn't really see it coming there, Danny. But right here, he was like, "Yeah, I remember I never thought you were good enough to swim with the sharks because you shouldn't get into politics, and I was wrong." And you find out she is a ruthless.
She's cutthroat, man.
Yeah. She's like an ultra polite version of Ellen.
Yeah. She's almost as ruthless as that one chick on Secret Invasion. The English chick. I mean, if you gave the president a gun, she would not hesitate to shoot a Cylon in the head.
Well, think how many times she's like, out the airlock with you.
Yeah. And I do like since you've seen it, spoiler warning, but it's like, yeah, if I want to throw the baby out of the airlock, I'll say so. I mean, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, she's cold, man. She's cold.
And so then the president sneaks into the restroom, which of course, very progressive society, genderless restrooms. So
yeah,
all you people can relax about that. You don't have to worry about it. If you're one of the bathroom fighters. But and that's when she asked Baltar to be the vice president, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And
oh, I love the reveal when she walks out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they have this little secret conversation, and as soon as she leaves, we find out the reporter who he's been giving an exclusive to is in the call.
So he's been giving her more than an exclusive.
And you would think, Cloud 9 is a luxury resort. You'd think they could have gotten a room. I mean, they went to a
secret rendezvous,
Yeah, restroom stall.
And it's not even like the handicap stall, like the bigger one with
right.
regular stall.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it looks like a clean restroom, but still. And meanwhile, at the pilot's bunks, Starbuck and Apollo are hanging out and, putting on their decon gel. Oh, wait, wrong franchise.
Yeah, wrong early 2000s franchise.
And so then they count the votes, and by one vote, Baltar wins and becomes the new official vice president of the colonies.
Which of course makes...
Oh my god! Look at that comment. Oh my god! It's not in it's in my chat. It's the one that just came up in our
Twinkles.
Yeah. Oh
Even
my god,
clean, you don't want to be. Yeah. I have honestly never understood that.
What? Twinkle teaches, where are you from?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's a normal way of talking for a human being. There's a place where someone would say that in a normal sentence.
That is the comment of the night. Things I did not expect to read in the closing of my evening.
Yeah.
Famous Bear. I actually mentioned that earlier that she.
Okay, here's the dare of the night.
Relaunch her YouTube.
When you go to bed tonight, Jason, whisper that into your wife.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll do all the magic. That'll just work.
You just go,
stellar.
Hey baby, even clean. You don't want to be slapping cheeks with farts in the back.
Farts in the back.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Whew, that was funny. Good times.
Come on, that should be worth a super chat from somebody.
Oh, that's some gold there. Twinkle teaches.
All right, so let's get back to it. So 6 is dancing with Baltar, which basically means Baltar's in the middle of the floor dancing by himself.
Yeah,
I'm dancing with myself. And so, and then we get the big reveal that Starbuck is wearing a dress, which is something she never does.
Oh my!
Yeah, she cleans up right nice.
Yeah.
Now,
I had no idea until she turned her head when we were watching this.
Right.
Yeah, I remember your reaction.
Yeah.
Now there is a very subtle callback to the original series in this shot.
Where?
Yeah, so I was going to see if Jason can identify it. He probably won't.
I don't see.
I told you it's very subtle. I'll give you a hint.
Not a bottle of booze or something.
No, it is not a bottle of booze.
Oh, okay.
It's not the bottle of nuts on the table.
It's nothing on the table. It's nothing in the background. It has to do with our main subject.
Oh. No idea.
Did Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, wear that dress or something?
No. I said TOS, not Dr. Quinn.
No, but what's her face that played Dr. Quinn was in the original Battlestar, remember?
Yeah, but that's not the callback, no.
Oh, is this a callback to TOS or Battlestar?
TOS Battlestar, but like I said, it's very subtle.
I don't know.
Look at her arm specifically.
She's got a little thing
Is it
tied
the-
onto her
the
wrist.
wrist?
And how did they dance?
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you that was what was going on.
They would take scarves and go around each other.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
It's been so long since I've full watched that whole series through.
Yeah, it's really dumb, but go back and watch.
Well, I mean, it's 70s writing,
Yeah,
right?
it's 70s, and they were trying to make it look like space dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, you could see there's a good pause right there. There's a Apollo's reaction. Swing,
Right?
Yeah. Well.
And then Tom Zarek is like, "Yeah, well played, jerk," and congratulates her on beating him. And which of course we all know, if Tom Zarek had won, she'd be dead. She'd
suddenly take the wrong medication for her problems.
Yeah. He that was absolutely his plan. Become the vice president and then find a way to kill her. Ariel, not going to even read that one.
What?
Good times.
What's that shifty eye puppet meme? The one with the puppet that like looks over its shoulder.
And then so obviously the ties are dancing, and then Adama's like, "Well, I'm quite the dancer." Yeah. So for some
that
reason,
was an overly creepy old guy sound for
well, look
otherwise.
at that. I mean, he looks like a giant. You know what he looks like right there? That green frog that everybody uses. I don't know what it's called, but that green frog that people use on the internet all the time.
Oh, Pepe?
Is that what it's named?
Yeah, the Pepe the Frog.
Karopi.
But Pepe the Frog is probably the one you're thinking of.
Well, let me see.
I've never heard of Pepe. I've heard of Karobi, and everybody's heard of Kermit.
Let me see.
Okay, it's Pepe. Twinkle would
Pepe.
know.
Yeah. Do you think that looks like? And Ariel with a Danny special. Thank you so much. Says, "Come on." I said I didn't want to read that.
Well, she paid good money.
You got a super tip.
I hate the fact that I'll read it if you put it in there. Ariel says, "Come on." They use those to tie each other to the bedpost. I mean, not that I would know how that works or anything. Looks all shifty. So I get it now. So to get more money, I just got to tell people I'm not going to read it.
Don't say it out loud.
That's why I doesn't read the chat.
You're giving it away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, that makes sense. So we got to stop reading the chat because then they'll all super chat. I get it now.
Well, that's Well,
that's
ignore the chat. Get money. What a wonderfully abusive relationship we're going to be.
Well, that's how all the big channels.
The abused people get the money. The abusive people get the money. That's just wrong.
Yeah, govern me harder, Daddy.
Yeah.
And so Pepe and the president dance the night away, while Saul and Ellen. You think at this point she's not pure evil.
No, she's Satan, dude. Come on.
Oh, dude, you don't even know.
Oh, I do hope we get to watch 2 or 3 episodes this weekend.
Yeah,
I mean, if we don't, that's okay, but it'll be pretty wild, believe me,
dude. Yeah, what happens with her in the next couple of episodes?
Oh.
It's one of those
Yeah, it's going to be a thing.
And by the way, I was going to ask Henny, how's the cocaine doing?
Booger sugar. Don't use the C word. Booger sugar.
Meanwhile, at the shopping mall.
yeah, that's not a shopping mall. Right? Well, remember, it is Caprica City, so they can get away with,
Yeah, I know.
Awful
I
lot.
love the way they angle this shot. No, they're not just in a parking lot.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's because remember when we were watching one of the much earlier episodes, and I made the comment about how you could see the Scotiabank symbol on the side of one of the buildings in downtown Vancouver. Someone probably watched that after it went to the can, and then someone said, nuts. We got to watch out for all these logos and all these all these things that make it clearly obvious that we're shooting
or
this
they
in
just
Canada.
put this shitty color
Chief
filter
Cook says,
on it.
please read my last 2 posts. Okay, just did.
Ha, ha, ha. All right, so carry on. My wayward son.
And so your last 2 posts was Riker holodeck?
And then something about Captain Foley.
No.
Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
Hi guys, Jack out. This is a PG show.
Wait, what? I'm not sure what you're reading because I'm not seeing it. What are you reading?
Chief Cook, check your keyboard, dude.
Oh. Hey guys, jack out Captain Foley. Look, okay, Chief. I yelled at Penny for this last week, so I'm going to yell at you for this right now. Because you know what? There is one thing I will not tolerate on my live streams, and that is people saying, hey guys, check out this other live stream. That is so rude. Please don't do that.
It's almost as rude as when I used to pimp how you could tip me.
Yeah, well, no, it would be.
No, that's worse.
No, you know what it would be like? Worse. Honestly, it would be like imagine this for a second, Danny. I know it'll be hard for you to picture this, but imagine if Jason came in and he was wearing a hat that was for another YouTube channel.
Oh God, give me a break.
You know, I mean, come on, yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, Jason would never do something that evil.
I don't have one, so I unfortunately can only pimp or stump for whatever brand logo hats, and Mike knows that I like to buy hats now, so
yeah. So you need to design a hat, Jason.
Yeah,
or, apparently. I mean, Danny.
Oh yeah. I told you
then
once I get moved, I'm gonna hit the ground running with hats, shirts, designs, all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, Stanley.
What, see, why are you bringing attention to it?
Well, because you see, you got to stop doing it.
Sorry, it's like they were my friends before they even had a podcast. Well, one of them, Kadish and I knew each other years before the podcast. So
that doesn't mean you pimp their channels.
All right, well let's
unless they're paying us. Now, if they pay us, great.
We're in overtime. They
can sponsor us. I'm good with that. In fact, that'd be really cool. We get sponsored by another YouTube channel. Today's live stream is brought to you by the other live stream.
You just got to collab better somehow. Something.
All right. So
back at the mall parking lot.
Yeah. So they're at the mall trying to figure out how they're going to do something. So they decide to kiss. And what?
I totally forgot that they kissed in the scene. I was literally going to say, so the 2 kids are at the mall parking lot trying to make
out before they steal someone's ride. And that's basically what they're going to do. They're going to steal a heavy raider and they're going to make out and then steal a heavy raider. And Ariel with another 420
super tip.
Salty, here's my sponsor to tell people that Danny's stream is going on. That is true. I don't mind mentioning that Danny does have a stream going on at the same time.
at the exact same time.
Yes. It's not quite as good as ours, but it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's pretty good. So they climb over the wall, and he sees a 6 there.
A 6, yep.
And he's like, "Ooh, there's another 6." Being careful, sneaking around, don't want to get caught. Just in case. Don't want to get in trouble. Uh-oh.
What does he see next? Another Sharon.
Derp.
Dun dun dun.
There's an 80s movie that I think we could use to apply to this, but I can't think of it right now. Like Weird Science or something. My girlfriend's a robot.
All right. I am a robot. So he shoots other Sharon.
No, she does the shooting. She comes around and
Sharon
shoots her.
That's right. Sharon shoots other Sharon, and they like and he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm done."
That's when he realizes all the things like mad rush back into his brain.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, this is one of about 8 million shots of Sharon crying.
Yeah, she definitely had to turn on the waterworks a lot in this series.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in the end, that was oh crap, I'm found. The end.
Yeah. Doesn't he shoot her right at the very end of the episode?
No.
That doesn't happen until the opening of the next episode?
No, she doesn't get shot.
No, yeah.
Not by him. I don't think. Oh, not. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah,
right.
he shoots.
Yeah, because she's like,
eventually.
On,
yeah, we'll call her Athena because that's coming up soon anyway. But he shoots Athena.
And he doesn't know that.
Oh yeah, but that's such a tiny.
I wasn't paying attention because I was replying to a text, so that's good.
Perfect.
It's like literally like in 2 episodes from now. Don't give a spoiler.
Okay.
Jerk.
Very good.
So I mean, the only spoiler you're allowed to drop is about Ty and 6 banging. That's it. Ty will be like, Seagram 7 is good, but my favorite number's always been 6.
You're stupid. Stupid shit out of here. Stupid.
So anyway, so Danny, what were your thoughts on Colonial Day? Baltar becomes the vice president.
No,
Aaron is outed.
It's so hard. I wish we could somehow get closer caught up to where we are, because I'm sure I would have said, well, this is my new favorite episode.
I don't think you said that for this one. You liked it, but I don't think because Hand of God is a really tough one.
Yeah. And that was the one
we just
right
came
before
off
this.
Of that.
Yeah.
And,
so no, I liked it. I was surprised about the Baltar thing, but I also, I remember digging it, and I really enjoyed seeing Starbuck looking sexy. So that was nice. So yeah, no, it's not my new favorite Stanley. No. But it was good. It was a good, solid.
So Famous Bear says, I watched this, but it had some bad graphics even back then. Well, not sure what you mean exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, season 1 was 20 years ago.
Yeah. First of all, it's a 20-year-old show, and I'm sorry, if you compare this to Babylon 5, which, by the way, and this is absolutely true, made with the same visual effects system.
Which is weird because Babylon 5, the station just looks really bad in most of the shots.
Yeah.
Well, that was a first gen video toaster.
Right.
So
it was a first gen video toaster versus like I think it was like a 6th gen video toaster.
Yeah.
That BSG was made with. But same thing, video toaster. And so I actually somewhere up like when I got Lightwave 3D, the instruction manual for Lightwave has a picture of the Battlestar on the front of it because they were so proud that that was made entirely in Lightwave. There was no other program used. It's not like, you know, like a lot of software packages say, you know, partially, you know, they say our, you know, Blender was used in this movie, but you find out it was just used for like 10 seconds of one shot or something. But no, everything you see on Battlestar Galactica is pretty much done in Video Toaster.
Right on.
And Ron Meyer says Babylon 5 is coming out on Blu-ray now. VFX
Yeah, I saw Brian posted.
You know
that.
what? It's still gonna suck as far as the look. I'm sorry. I
upscaled my Minecraft.
Minecraft in 4K versus Minecraft in 1080p. You know.
Yeah, it is still a block.
Yeah. One block later.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love Minecraft, and where Babylon 5 shines is its story, not its visual effects.
Yeah.
And with Galactica, the difference is that I think it has a phenomenal story, and B, has good visual effects. I think the visual effects, well, yeah, it'd be nice if they they could improve a few things, but like the Cylon Centurions could look a lot better. But that's just because it's 20 years old.
Yeah, and they didn't, and especially season 1, they just didn't have the budget. They had to pick and choose where they were going to put their money.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm sure you noticed in the background I have a visitor, so I do need to.
I thought it was your cat.
No, it was a human.
I just thought you had a really big.
It's a cat man.
Yeah. No, he actually jumps up on you and goes. I'd be like the
my cat Goku usually does do that. Like when he wants to make an appearance, he'll jump on me and attack me.
I know. We've seen it many times. Yeah. And it's annoying. Yeah. I like when Goku goes into face hugger mode. That's always hilarious.
So yeah, to close her on out because Danny's got house guests.
And so, what about you, Jason? Any particular thoughts about this episode?
For me, if I had to. I mean, my feeling about it now, I think, would have been the same then, and that was Battlestar, under Ronald D. Moore, figured out how to do political episodes and still keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Wait till we get to, speaking of political, that one that we just watched in season 2.
The vote. Yeah. So and it's and he makes sure he follows
the actual
Donald
Trump episode.
No, it's that's the South Carolina. We could call that the South Carolina 2020 election episode if you want to call it anything.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, what I was going to say was they were smart in this, just like they used to be in both movies and TV shows. And they refused to label anybody as one side or the other, and they just let the positions that the characters were written to have speak for themselves. And I think that's why I can continue to watch this show, and it doesn't set me off in any particular way, even after all these years and everything that's gone on in, the real world. It's still a very watchable, very, very thought-provoking storytelling that goes on in this show. So for me, this is another one of those good episodes where not lots of action, but good storytelling, good development for a lot of characters. It's a solid episode.
I do have one question for you, Jason. Have you seen the trailer for tonight/tomorrow morning Strange New Worlds?
No, I have not.
I want to show you just a few seconds from it.
I thought we talked about this last week because you guys were freaking out because you thought it was the engine room.
I'm not going to show the whole thing because I'm not playing the audio, but just look at some of the imagery from this. This looks like they're putting some money into some visuals here. So, and by the way, that's Kirk and Uhura running through the halls.
Did you already put up the thumbnail for tomorrow's show?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I don't even know what you used.
I emailed it to you a couple of days ago. I told you what I was going to use. It's Hemmer.
Look at this.
Oh. See, this is why you don't use glass and opening doors on your bridge.
Yeah.
Well,
it was always a screen.
The thing is, with the position of the bridge, that could happen anyway.
I know. As we saw in
Star Trek
Nemesis.
So
yeah.
But
look at me, shoot me here.
Just say, as far as story, who knows? But visually, this is a really interesting looking episode. Right here. Check this out. So, because Uhura is apparently having these weird visions, and the mystery is why is she having these visions?
All right.
And so there's all these gross, weird things that only she can see. So obviously, I don't think everybody's flying out the bridge window. I think that that's just one of her visions. But it looks pretty cool. Anyway, so hopefully it definitely looks like a step up from, Crazy Rich Vulcans.
So the token horror episode.
So I wouldn't go so far to say it's horror. I actually I will save it for tomorrow's stream. I will save it for tomorrow's stream.
Yeah, you got to be careful because you don't know anything about it because you have no way to see it until tonight.
What he said.
What?
Yeah. All right, guys. So remember, you are the salt of the earth. I'm the salt of the salty trekker, and Danny has a really big mouth.